this. So if you're new here, thanks for tuning in, and if you're not, welcome back. Glad to have you. So this week there's a lot to unpack. My emotion was all over the place, and the reason why is because of this one stock called SMCI. But like we all usually do it here, if you're in a hurry and you're trying to see how much that I made this week, well, for this week I made $7,815.51. So if that's all you wanted to know, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate your time, and I'll catch you on the next one. But if you're trying to know how I went about making this, stay tuned because there's a lot that was going on that week. So to start, let me go to the history and show you exactly what was happening. So I even forgot the day because this week was just super crazy. So on the 18th, which is a Monday. So Monday morning, as usual, I have to get ready for work and get stuff done. But that one Monday, I sold a cover call on remember the week prior from the previous videos. You could see that I actually got assigned 1,300 shares of SMCI, right? So that Monday, I believe I got assigned last week at the share price of $20. So that Monday, I look at the premium for the $22, and I see it was pretty nice. I mean 4.3K. So I sold that option call and collected 4.3K, right? So let me go back and tell you. So if I waited that Friday for this contract to take into effect, my 1,300 stock would get called away from me at the total price of $22, right? Plus the 4.3K premium, that would a total my overall account would have been 35K. I just wanted to make sure you understand that so you could know exactly why I did what I did. So right after I sold this, right, the stock start running up. Like the day after, on the 19th here, so I'm gonna explain that one. The stock was just going insane. Reason why is because the company had a plan to get compliance with the S&P 500. So news come out, the stock is going parabolic, and I'm watching and I'm like, should I wait for my stock to get called away from me, or will the hype hold throughout the week where I could make a decent profit? Okay, and also let me go back. So there's two things that I could have done here. So I could have rolled it to the next week at a higher price point, right? Or I could buy the options that I was selling, I could buy it so there's no restriction on my shares, and then I could do whatever I want with that shares either. So what I did was, after I bought this, right? So I bought this, the same call option that I sold, I bought it. Remember, I sold mine at 4.3K, and then I bought this one at 6.5K, so I ended up paying a little bit more on there. The reason why I didn't mind is because if the price kept running the way it kept running, my account size at the end would be greater than 35K, so I will be making back that discrepancy in between these two premiums. So I did that, and literally right I did this, I had because for some reason, which you guys should never do, I had a hard number in mind. As I was like, I'm not gonna sell until I get to 40K, which was so stupid. So that explained the first order that I put here. I'm gonna explain everything. So I'm like, okay, I want to get out, but I want to get out at $31. So I put a order here to sell all of my shares at $31. But then the price, I believe, came from 29 point something back to 27-ish. And I started panicking. Now, once again, the reason why I'm panicking is nobody knows for sure where this company is, and I have my whole account balance concentrated on this stock, right? And in the back of my mind, I also look into this company and saw that they got delisted before. So even when they plans to get compliant with the S&P 500, I still got my guard up, and I did not like the idea of holding the stock. So I'm like, okay, what should I do? What should I do? I think I was like, I'm just walking you through my mental state at that time. So I'm like, okay, maybe the price definitely not gonna go to $31, and I'll be okay selling it at 28, for example, or 29. So, and then I'm like, the same day I'm like, you know what, I think the final choice is for me to sell it at $31. So I put another order to sell all of them at $31. And then the next day again, I start panicking. I'm like, why is the price not keep going up like it was before? And why is it not at $31 now? And if it was Tesla or Nvidia, I would have acted different, but it's just there's so much going on with this stock. I didn't want to like be the one holding the bag. So I'm like, I just need to get rid of it. So panicking, the 20th came, I'm still panicking. And then the stock start running on the 21st. So I'm like, okay, 26, 27, 28, 29. Then I'm like, all right, cool. As soon as it gets to 29, I'm like, okay, I'm done. And then I sold all my shares, 1,300 shares for $29.27. Kid you not, right after I sold it, the stock started pushing up. And then 29, 30, 31, and it finished this week at like $32, I think 32 point something. Well, it ended up this week at 23, but I literally sold somewhere here, and then the next day the stock just go crazy. But anyway, let's get back to it. What's the history? Just like a random trade, this is the whole history of how crazy this week has been. Sure what to do yet. I have some times tonight and tomorrow night to do some research into what I plan on doing, because right now the volatility on that stock, I don't know. Like, I'll be comfortable doing cash secure put on there, but holding the actual stock, I'm not comfortable doing that, at least until they figure out what's gonna happen. Because what I'm thinking right now is, in the back of my mind, the stock has got listed from the NASDAQ, I mean from the S&P 500 before, and I don't want to be the one holding that stock if we go back that stage, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be really careful if I decided to trade that stock. But in the meantime, I have today and tomorrow to do my research to know what I'm gonna be going in with for next week.